Gravitas, co-presented by Skoda. Kushaq, choose what really matters.
China has provoked India at the border again. This time in Uttarakhand. It happened last month. Reports say 100 soldiers from the PLA transgressed the line of actual control. The Chinese are not stopping there. They are building new troop shelters at the LAC, installing S-400 missile defense systems and boosting military infrastructure. Instead of pulling its troops back from Ladakh, China is doubling down. On Gravitas tonight, we'll tell you how China is stoking tensions at the border. First, let's tell you about the border transgression in Uttarakhand. It happened on the 30th of August. The Chinese troops entered more than 5 kilometers into Indian territory through the Barahoti Ridge by crossing Tunjun La. The PLA brought with them 55 horses. They stayed for around 3 hours and left before the patrol teams from the Indian forces reached the spot. Some infrastructure in the area was damaged. This includes a bridge. Reportedly, local residents had first spotted the Chinese soldiers. They informed the authorities. That is when the Indian Army and the Indo-Tibetan Police Force dispatched their patrol teams. Why is this transgression worrying? Because the Chinese soldiers entered a demilitarized zone. The PLA is not supposed to be there. But reports claim the Chinese soldiers have tried to infiltrate the Barahoti area before. In recent months, the PLA has stepped up its activities along the line of actual control. There have been 3 key developments. Number 1, the PLA has built more accommodations for its soldiers in the forward areas. Number 2, new airstrips and helipads have come up in the border areas. And number 3, the Chinese have deployed advanced weaponry. And the Chinese soldiers have been carrying out night exercises. Let's tell you about these developments in detail. First, the border accommodations. Reports say China has built new modular container-based accommodations. They have been built at least 8 forward locations along the line of actual control. These accommodations have been created in high-altitude areas, presumably to acclimatize the Chinese soldiers to the conditions. China has been beefing up this infrastructure for a while now. Back in June, a report had claimed that China has built permanent and temporary accommodations in 4 areas: Rudok, Kangshiwar, Gyantse and Golmod. In addition to living quarters, China constructed field hospitals there as well. Clearly, the Chinese soldiers are preparing for the long haul, and they are bringing heavy weapons to the front. Reports say China is deploying S-400 missiles near the border with India. So far, these systems have been deployed at 2 locations, the Hotan Air Base in Xinjiang and the Ningchi Air Base in Tibet. From those bases, China can target Indian fighter jets in the air even if they are 400 kilometers away. So China is deploying advanced weapons. It is also training its soldiers for how to use these weapons. Drills have become frequent now. Recently, the PLA carried out a night battle exercise. It happened in the Xinjiang region at an altitude of over 16,000 feet. Reports say the PLA has introduced more night drills for the units stationed near the Himalayan border. Why? Because it wants the troops to familiarize themselves with the new generation's weapons and equipment. What else are the Chinese soldiers learning? Reports say they are being trained to cross snowy highlands without lights. They are practicing how to fire machine guns during the night. The PLA is training its soldiers how to fight in the darkness of night. Let me sum up China's actions for you now. Chinese troops transgressed into a demilitarized zone. There are more soldiers and more weapons on the front. New accommodations are being built along the border. And China is preparing its troops for high altitude and nighttime warfare. What do these actions suggest? China does not want to end the border standoff. In fact, it wants to keep the tensions alive for as long as it can. WION now available in your country. Download the app now. Get all the news on the move.
Gravitas, co-presented by Skoda. Kushaq, choose what really matters.